We want to thank Randy Dominguez for his vision of the idea. He really put the train in motion on this, and I'm very grateful for it. It was his foresight that thought this was a great way to honor Dan and Kelli. I'm sure coaches spend more times in these four walls since it's been built than he has at his own dinner table. And we couldn't think of a better way to bear their names. It was also Randy's vision to have this project funded by the coaches' former players. A lot of that funding was facilitated by Nick Toy, reaching out and getting a bunch of former players involved. I believe we had nearly every graduating class from 96 through 2023 represented, really even classes before and after. Thanks, Randy and Nick. As a small part of the process, I appreciate them, as it simply couldn't have been done without their creativity, prudence, and effort. Also, a big thank you to the school board. This idea was presented to them through Mr. Farron and the booster president, Brandon Kramer. I would think this was one of the easiest approvals that's been on an agenda, along with naming David as Dan's successor. We appreciate it. I believe everyone here knows what the historical success the football program has seen. We've all seen league championships and playoff appearances, state title and regional titles, and so on. And I'd be happy to talk about those at length with anyone willing to listen. But today I'd like to share what I believe is the secret sauce to those successes. First is growing young men. The wins are the product of what happens when you do what's right for the kids. That includes being a teacher, being a coach, encouraging good decision making, pushing them to and through their potential, being a good family member, guiding players and students in the right direction. Dan and Kelli have exemplified that. The Yeagleys have seen hundreds of kids through this program, and many have gone on to be doctors and lawyers and business owners and such, but more importantly, good husbands, good fathers, and family men. Following the example that Dan and Kelli have shown all of them. Second is sacrifice. The sacrifice on the field is earned by the sacrifices it took to get there. Kids sacrificing for themselves to make the team better. Coaches spending countless hours behind the scenes, sacrificing with their families. In reality, coaches love football. They eat and breathe it. The true sacrifice in this situation are the families of the coaches. Imagine a scenario where you support your spouse so adamantly that the result of that support is time spent away from your family. That someone loves their spouse so deeply they share their time with an entire community. It's truly selfless. And we owe you more than a sign for that, Kelli. Sorry, excuse me. And the last ingredient to the secret sauce for me is the program. The idea that South Range is bigger than any one person, even if that guy led the program for 27 years. The concept that any time the Raiders take the field, there's an expectation of victory. The way the kids work, the way the community supports, the way the school cheers, the way the team wins the right way, and the way the team loses the right way. The investment in the kids, the coaching longevities, the respect in the area, and now widely across the state, with days lifting for the next season in November and December of this year. Those are all slices of the program. Coach and Kelli have been incredible stewards and trustees of the program. As part of 3 generations of being a Raider, I can't thank you two enough for what you've done for the program. So on behalf of your former players and those whose lives you've touched through the program, we'd like to introduce the newly named Dan and Kelli Yeagley Fieldhouse.
I want to thank everybody, and I know that there's a lot of people that was involved in this, and what a surprise and what an honor. It's amazing how blessed we are throughout the years of having great coaches, great players, and along the line, great friends, and even more great families. This building we can go back and talk about back when like Coach Toy was around and we were lifting in a little room, which was an art room at the time, and then we built a weight room over there and we got bigger and stronger. Then we made a move, and Coach Doc remembers it well. We were lifting in a barn across the street, and luckily nobody got killed and we were all safe. And but our vision was bigger than that. Our vision was someplace where we could work and continue to grow and continue to get better. And then this came along. This building means more to me, more to us, all of us, than just the building. It means sacrifices, like Scott said, and it talks about, I'm going to use a Coach Rock analogy here. It's about preparation. This building is preparation and hard work and sacrifices, not just by you as players, but as coaches, as families, and everything else. A lot of games are won here, not through the 10 weeks of the season, or 11 or 12 or 13, 14, 15 or 16. They're won through the winter. They're won through preparation, preparing for the next season. As Scott said, it's about the time coming up in November and December, and that's what this building means. It means the sacrifices that you make for the good of the team in the off season, to prepare yourself for the next season and during the season. And the coaches, the place to prepare and the place to continue to grow and build the program over and over again. Kelli and I have been blessed with, again, like I said, great players throughout the years, and great friends, and even more great coaches. And I can't thank you guys all enough. Again, this is such an honor. It really is. And again, remember what it stands for. Remember that it stands for preparation. Remember it stands for commitment. Remember it stands for dedication. Remember it stands for hard work. And remember it stands for sacrifices, which you all have to do. The most important thing right now isn't this building, isn't that sign. It's winning tomorrow night. That's the most important thing right now. And this is not a distraction. It's a movement. Got it? It's a movement for the future. It's a movement from the past. And that's the most important thing. This is what this is all about. And it's about a program. When we talked about teams from '96, there's a little reunion last Friday at the field of some guys from the '96 team, first 10-0 team, first team to win a playoff game. There's a lot of history there. That was a special group, and they made sacrifices in the winter to prepare for that season, because the '95 season wasn't real. We won't talk about it, okay? But the '96 was a phenomenal season, and because they put time into a building, and then they built friendships, which are lasting forever now. Friendships with me and friendships with each other. Again, I'm rambling. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all that are that's involved here. And again, I can't thank you enough to have our names on a building like this, which what it means is truly an honor. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.